Hey guys, welcome back to the Lynch and Lanny show. We're just wrapping up week 3, 17.3. Fantastic weekend, a lot of action, some worldwide recognition. Reminder to the million fans that we have out there. Appreciate you guys tuning in, following us on Facebook. We just reached 3,000 views. 2,888 were done by Sasha, who made the film. Yep. We appreciate it. Those who do, watch our film, please, make a comment below. So we're jumping into that Thursday night announcement night. To start us up, we have last week's Rookie of the Week, Jacoby. He's been here over a year. Came in with top 3 worst overhead positions that we've ever seen here at Maxability. Correct. He's definitely in the discussion for most improved on the overhead. Yeah. Digs in and hangs out and does round mod after class and has done some of the little things. But, when you're starting at -10, just trying to get back to 0, it's an uphill. It's an uphill battle. We knew he was going to struggle.
So Jacoby, making it to the 3rd round, really battled for that 95-pound overhead squat. Got the weight over his head, got down there. Tough call. Judge had to give him the no rep.
After such a great week last week for him, it's a disappointing week, but it's out of the way, and he could look forward to some more weeks to come. Yeah. Moving on to our second athlete, Jen
Sistados.
Thank you, Mike.
Another one of those athletes, squat snatch, probably not something she wanted to see come out of the hopper. Battled through it, really had to take her time, snatch, stand up, gather herself, and then hit a few overhead squats. There may have been a little bit of a mix-up with her weight.
Interesting play here by Jen. Tells her judge the wrong weight's on the bar. Yep. Take that weight down a little bit more. So instead of the 35 to 55 pound jump, she tells the judge it's supposed to be 45. All of a sudden, weights are being changed.
Judge confirms it.
Lowering the weight. She's ready to start. She's excited about the 45 pounds. Nope, we got to put the weight back on. So she loses some time there.
And then she ends up being 2 reps short of finishing that round. So a costly mistake.
Our third athlete, Brian Escobar, he was the only one to RX on Thursday night for the workout. Hit some 135 snatches, looked solid, and said, let's give it a go. He wound up with 53 reps at the RX weight.
Snatching, I think, one of his better movements, one of his favorite movements. I think he went in a little bit more conservative this time, didn't think he was going to set a world record.
12 rounds though.
I get it.
Thanks.
Our fourth athlete is Matteo.
But our #1 most improved overhead squatter of the past year. You were talking about Jacoby as far as struggling with overhead squats. Matt's overhead squat, overhead mobility, probably the worst I've ever seen. He gets here after school, working on the bench, working on PVC pipe, getting that overhead and stuff like that, and it's just, it's made a huge difference, and you really saw it this week. Huge.
Yeah, finishes up at 134 reps. I asked him, how does someone get so stiff like that? What did you do? Were you strapped hands to the side growing up?
As a child.
He said a lot of stress from the spoiled kids at Bergen Catholic.
Strange. It's weird.
Our fifth athlete, Jenna Pikanich, she finishes up with 155. Clearly the nicest snatch seen around the world. She gets to 95 pounds and she just does that first pull and doesn't do anything, but doesn't bend the elbows, right? So on the very next rep, commits, drops under the weight, misses slightly forward, and then we see that 3 more times. And now the crowd is like, wow, she can get under this weight. It's going to be a battle. We need to dig in and support her. And that's really when it became the Thursday night moment that we were looking for. Okay, a little commercial break. Our sponsor this week is Kill Cliff. Thank you, Kill Cliff. We are also available for weeks 4 and 5 if anybody else wants to send us some free shit. Cases of food or whatever you want, and we'll put you on our show. And like I said, we had over 3,000 views.
Cool. So Jenna, she hit that big snatch kind of to cap off Thursday night and really leave everyone with a moment. And CrossFit did repost it. It gets a ton of views, and people in the comments, aside from all the haters, a lot of people are like, oh, this is so motivating, stuff like that. I can't wait to do the workout. So not only setting the tone for our gym, setting the tone for CrossFit worldwide.
Yeah. Now, normally Jenna has more popular pictures that she's taken on her Instagram. Usually it's the look back. Those have gotten way more likes and a lot more positive comments than this one. This one was more of a community builder.
For sure.
You know, as the workout progressed here on Thursday night, it was obvious that Mariette was where it was at. I mean, she just flying back and forth. The weight changers couldn't keep up. And then when she got to the barbell, you could never tell if it was an increased weight or not. The weight kept going up, but she just kept on, you know, getting out of the bottom so fast. She gets into that last weight. I don't think she missed any lifts.
Yeah, and I made the joke to her after the workout that everyone's gonna leave and all they're gonna remember is like, oh, Jenna hitting that big lift at the end. Meanwhile, like Mariette had been done for 5 minutes already. You know, she just crushed the workout. I think she said that, I don't know if that was a PR or that tied her PR, the last weight, but it just flew up where she has, you know, a lot more left in the tank for sure.
Mariette is this week's Rookie of the Week. And then only one other person in the scaled division beats her in the ladies. We have GK, Grace Kim. Take that.
Came in Saturday, maybe she knew her score, not sure. Again, same sort of thing, just throwing that weight around, and ended up, I think, taking her time out by like a full minute or so. All
right, moving on to our notable moments of the week. We just had this in from Twitter, our second repost, the Ali Mo, Haley Mo simultaneous heavier snatch.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I really thought that after Jenna hit that lift, that was going to be the moment that kind of everyone remembered from this weekend, and that would be like the pinnacle. Haley and Allison came in Saturday morning. They both set PRs earlier in the workout, right? When they both got to that 95-pound barbell, that was already a PR for them. Allison just kept moving, got to the 105-pound barbell, hit that a couple times. Haley a little bit behind her. She was a little late to that 105-pound barbell. And then Allison finishing the workout right before the buzzer. Haley hitting a PR at 105 right at the buzzer, kind of simultaneously doing that.
Camera didn't even know where to go.
Yeah.
You see both of them hit it and then get to share that moment together. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
As soon as Haley hits it, Willie goes, they get that from me. I was like, if we were gonna have disappointing performances of the week, it wouldn't be you, Willie. Other honorable mentions, we've got G-Buck, who's up there with the on the top 3 most improved overheads. Just, you know, open gym every Sunday, working on it. Always taking a little extra time because she knows that's something that she struggles with. Goes into the scale category. She can snatch the heavier load, but dropping into the squat's an issue.
That was probably the biggest shocker for me of the whole weekend. Not only the fact that she just kept plugging along at the workout, hitting these overhead squats, which I know is like a really challenging movement for her, but the fact that she was one of 4 women to finish the scaled workout was crazy. Especially that 105-pound barbell, I didn't really see happening.
No, I'm with you. Hard work, dedication.
I mean, when you go 70%, 90% of the time.
My personal surprising moment and outstanding, I was really excited, was Kerry Hall. Hanging out in the back corner of the room over there, snatch after snatch. I'm like, is he really still going? His arms are like a guy in a 6'10". He's like, he's hitting the rings, hanging from the ceiling. And then it got into the heavier loads, and he just keeps on committing to dropping into a squat. And I'm like, who is this guy? Kerry hits 155 pounds. He hits it for 1 rep to give himself 199 reps, and that was like at the buzzer.
Right at the buzzer, yeah. Kerry was one of those athletes. I think he committed before the Open to doing the scaled workouts, and clearly, like, hitting the 155-pound snatch, hitting a bunch of 135 before that. He is one of those athletes that probably could have done the RX workout, but like you said, he made that commitment, and he's benefiting from it, I think.
And because of it, we had one of our great moments of the weekend. Thanks for doing that, and congratulations on a great week.
One of the great things about this week is PR bell was ringing, right? A lot of people setting new personal records, and one of those athletes, Suzanne. Suzanne came in, the day before on Friday with an old PR of 120 pounds. She was hoping, that she would get that opportunity at that 135-pound barbell. Wasn't sure what was going to happen. Ends up on Friday hitting a 10-pound PR, I think surprising herself in the process, and then coming in the next day, actually doing the workout, and now doing all this volume beforehand, ends up setting a new PR at 135, and then continues to hit that barbell 2 more times. So she ends up with 3 reps at 135.
Clearly one of our strongest chicks in the house. Really happy for her, like I would anybody else, but as like an athlete. She's just a no bullshit. She learns what she needs to work on, and then she just grinds out after
and attacks it.
And she's tough. Really happy for her to have that, you know, hit that big weight. It's big.
For sure.
Nice. Lunch is gonna be on JB.
Yep.
Really not worth mentioning because of his lack of consistency. Elvin's my sleeper of the week. He doesn't snatch over 90 pounds in class, and then this week he hits 135 pounds on a snatch. It would be interesting if he trained.
Yeah. He's committed to being here. Yeah, that'd be huge.
So in closing, some things that we can take away from this week. Again, the announcement comes out. Once again, I'm disgusted. And that's, you know, that's just because of my own weaknesses and not working enough at the heavy snatch weight. I mean, it was the worst explanation that we've ever seen.
For sure.
Just like,
for sure.
We need a whiteboard like right here to show what it basically looked like. It was upside down writing, and he's like, "This is what you're gonna do."
They didn't line up. Nothing lined up.
Nobody knew what the workout was gonna be. So clearly, Castro's worst demonstration of.
He's the disaster of the week.
Disaster decision of the week.
Disaster
Having
decision of the
Castro write on a fucking whiteboard. Just hold it up. Just tell us what it is, man. Overall, I'm happy. You know, I PR'd 185. But it was a snatch workout, you know.
Yeah.
Al, who's just a master game planner.
For sure.
Anyway,
Immaculate.
you know, he comes up and he's like, "I think it's a pull-up workout."
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you're probably right, Al.
Yeah.
And it's a big, you know, the three people that I'll probably smoke the rest of the Open, Brian Vallone, Pounder, and Steve Santos, they got me this week. Put me at the 8th of the men's category. So knocked me down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all right, but that's all right because wall balls and rowing,
It's coming up. It's inevitable. It's gonna be there.
thrusters and engine and just hard work, dedication.
Yeah.
It's coming soon. So, but congratulations to those guys. I really didn't want Steve Santos to quit CrossFit. I beat him again. So what else did you think about the whole thing?
I don't know what it is about snatches. For the general population, it's just a scary movement. But for whatever reason, it just produces some of like the best memories from the Open. And the same thing this week. It gave people an opportunity again to like step out of their comfort zone. You know, maybe try a weight that they're not super comfortable with. That probably surprised themselves doing some weight that they didn't think they could, or that deep in a workout. And you know, that's what the Open's for. Kind of expose people to being a little uncomfortable.
Just to follow up what you're saying is you don't have to do a max, you know, once a week to find out what you're capable of. You know, just drilling positions and practicing sub-maximal loads. And then when it's game day, you know, finding out what you're capable of and bringing out your true max is something that the Open does. The last thing I want to mention is, you know, just shy of 30 guys did RX here, and that was with our standard of having to hit the second weight. In the ladies, we saw just 7 women RX, but 4 women finished the entire workout scaled, and no men finished the workout scaled. So it could be the difference of who chose to do what. Impressive numbers all around. So. So going into week 4, I think we're gonna see wall balls. Yeah, get your balls out. There's a good chance that we might see the ski erg. That's the other thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Al's gonna be in the back, stroke.
Yeah.
Saw it on the Lynch and Lanny show.
Yeah.
Two more weeks left. Really important that we get in here early in the week, get some volume in, get some strength in, taper down as the week goes on for a nice solid week 4. 2 more weeks left. Let's do it.